Military officials at the base in Southern California's Mojave Desert say it happened during a routine test mission, and indications are that the crash was not survivable. Emergency responders were at the scene. Aerial footage showed black smoke and virtually nothing left of an aircraft amid a swath of charred desert near a runway. The Boeing B-52 Stratofortress is a long-range bomber. No word yet on what might have happened. I'm Jennifer King.
The U.S. and Iran have electronically signed a tentative deal to end the Iran war and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The deal's been brokered mainly by Pakistani officials who say it will be signed Friday in Geneva and will start with the simultaneous lifting of Iran's closure of the strait and the U.S. blockade of Iran's ports. John Gambrell reports the two sides will then enter 60 days of negotiations over Iran's nuclear program.
Iran insists it must maintain its stockpile of highly enriched uranium. The United States is saying that that stockpile must be downblended or that uranium removed from the country and taken somewhere else. These are things that Iran says it will not accept, and it's going to be part of a sort of window that comes after the 60 days in which these two countries are supposed to resolve all these nuclear issues, but that's a really tight deadline, considering the 2015 nuclear deal that Tehran struck with world powers took months of both secret negotiations as well as open negotiations to reach that deal. So the Middle East is worried that it may not make it to Friday for that signing ceremony.
Still, news of the deal sent oil prices lower, Brent crude falling 4.8%. And stock markets rallied worldwide, the Dow up 0.9%, the S&P 1.7%, and the Nasdaq 3.1%. AAA put the national average for gas this morning at $4.06 a gallon. This is AP News. New York's preparing a ticker tape parade after the Knicks won their first NBA championship in 53 years Saturday night. Last night, the NHL crowned the champion.
The Carolina Hurricanes won their second Stanley Cup title and first in 20 years, beating the Vegas Golden Knights 3-0 in Game 6 of the Cup final.
I believe in the culture. I believe in what we were trying to build in Carolina.
37-year-old Jordan Staal became the oldest player to win the Conn Smythe Trophy as playoff MVP.
Amazing feeling to be able to build something like that, and then top it off with this. It's an absolute dream.
Brandon Bussey, whose entrance late into Game 3 helped turn the series around, recorded his first career playoff shutout in stopping 22 shots. Taylor Hall scored just .347 into the game to set the tone. I'm Gethin cooled off.
This morning, NBCNews.com. I'm Ben Thomas.
We're in FM. Ready to go. The top of the This is Grade 105.1 FM. A ghost is meeting the radio station.
One of our biggest problems today is that we are afraid to have others challenge our mindset, and therefore we avoid topics that lead to challenging conversations. At a young age, we're told not to talk about anything that's remotely divisive, but without having challenging conversations, how do you know that what you're saying is your truth and not just something you were raised to believe? Having conversations is how we learn. It's important to be able to see the other sides of things in order to form an opinion and choose what's best for you. Let's say you were raised to shower with all your clothes on. You could go throughout life thinking that is the best way to get clean. And if you never meet anyone brave enough to talk about hygiene, then you may never know that there is a better way. There's no reason to be afraid of differences. Limiting yourself to certain topics can render yourself unable to talk to friends, coworkers, or even family. To avoid challenging conversations is the same as to keep your mind trapped in a little box. Open your box and start having more civic conversations.
Civility, it's an amazing thing. From AmericanThing.org.
But a warrior faith who fights tough who finds a way. Freedom is free. Dream strong. Believe. And we declare and we rest.
Wheelchairs for Warriors provide mobility solutions for veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairsforwarriors.org.
Close your eyes and open your senses. Introducing the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5. Thoughtfully redesigned with a refined interior, larger 15.6-inch touchscreen display, advanced connectivity, and Mazda's signature driving experience. Enjoy elevated comfort, intuitive technology, and craftsmanship designed around you. The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 Sport is available from $29,995 or just $198 per paycheck. Get your quick instantly at TripleJHong.com.
Jack here. I just want to make sure you've got two hands on the wheel when I tell you my much better deals are just $5.99. Get a Junior Jumbo Jack meal meal or a junior chicken sandwich meal for just $5.99. Okay, don't let your hands clear your chest. Welcome to Taco Bell. What's up? What have you done with customer participation area?
This time, we'll sit down with Democratic candidates for Senator Joe John and Southern California. This is the full conversation of this election on the Road 105 DC channel. And in time, we'll hear the vision for Guam's future. Wave 105 is a glimpses of Guam rainbow station.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the show hosts, our guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the views of the staff or management of Wave 105.1 FM, Glimpses Media, or our partners. We strive to provide quality, respectful, and engaging content, and we welcome you to participate in the conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Wave 105.1 FM. Enjoy the show.
Good morning, Mom. It's KGO Left Line, Wave 105.1. Let's have a bomb. It's 11:07 a.m. on Tuesday, on June 16, 2026. We have GCC Community Talk Hour, where we spotlight GCC programs and success stories, workforce development, and opportunities that strengthen Guam's community. Hosted from GCC by Ms. Trina San Agustin. KGO Left Line, Wave 105.1. Let's talk about it.
Wave 105.1 FM, Trina 11:07. I am here for the Guam Community College Community Talk right here on 105.1 FM. And thank you so much to Glimpses Media for their generosity of allowing us to come on here. Now, once a month, on every third Tuesday of the month, at 11 a.m. to 12 noon, right here on Wave 105.1. I'm I'm pulling back in, Stevie. I am the program coordinator for the Office of Communications and Promotions at the Guam Community College. And at GCC, we offer over 50 fields of study and prepare our students for entry into the workforce or transfer to four-year colleges and universities with advanced standing in professional and technical degree programs. GCC offers a variety of special programs to prepare students for college experiences, including adult education, secondary career and technical education in all GDOE high schools. We got our boot camps, our apprenticeship programs, and so much more. We just closed registration for summer. Summer semester has started last week or the week before. And now we're focusing on getting people registered for the fall 2026 semester. If you want more information on that, or admission or financial aid or anything like that, just give us a call at 671-735-5531, or you can visit guamcc.edu/apply. And in studio, well, no, not in studio with me, almost, close enough, straight from the wonderful campus of the Guam Community College, we have Mr. John Payne, a program specialist with our Accommodative Services, Office of Accommodative Services. Happy day, buenas, Mr. Payne, how are you?
Okay, so happy day.
Happy day. Thank you for allowing us to give you a call and bother you this morning. We know you've got a lot going on, but we wanted to start off by asking you to advise everybody who's listening in right now about your role as a program specialist for GCC's Office of Accommodative Services.
Well, my role here in the role for office basically is to provide services and assistance to students with disabilities. So what that means is that if a person has a disability or suspect that they have a disability, they come to our office the back of the campus in room 2139, and we work with them to find out what type of assistance they may need and the accommodations they may be qualified to receive in order to have a better, successful journey to education here at GCC.
And that is why it's very important that your office does exist for these students.
Yes, because for some students, having a disability may be a very big deterrent from them from pursuing their goals as far as a career, as far as getting an education, and experiencing life. So what we do is we provide them as much assistance as possible and aligning them also with assistive technology and referrals as needed. You then have a better chance at accessing classes and working in their classrooms with all the supports they may need.
Okay, so what exactly are accommodative services, and how do you help these students succeed?
So accommodative services, well, basically what we do is, one, we sit down with them, go over what their disability may be, identify it, and look what limitations they may be experiencing or issues they may be experiencing, then do kind of a wrap-around holistic approach to provide them all the services they need. So we look at extended time, preferential seating, assistive technology as may be needed, and whatever supports they may need. We work with them from the day they walk in. We go with them to every office they may need to. We'll take them to the financial aid office. We'll take them to the registrar's counter. We show them around the campus if they want us to. We go over everything that's needed here, including the health clearance. We assist them with that. We act as their liaison and their advocate for all the offices here at GCC. And then we take a look at what classes they need to sign up for, and then to work with their their academic advisors to line up the courses they may need. And we also assist them in, if needed, signing up for their placement tests. They need to take a placement test to get into GCC.
Okay, now can you share with us here, what are some of the most common accommodations that students receive?
Well, the most common one that they all get is note-taking. They can take notes with a device or recording it. If they need, we advise them to document what takes place in the classroom as far as recording what the teacher's presenting, so that way when they go home or on weekends, at night, or on holidays, they can review what was presented to them in the classroom. We advocate for them to use whatever assistive technology they may need. They get preferential seating. They get extended time when taking tests. If you have a particular disability that requires, let's say, the assistance of what we call in the college level personal care attendant. In high schools, they would call them school aid. That may be assigned to them. But at GCC, we call them personal care attendant, that if they want one or need one, then we put that in as part of their academic adjustment. I'll give you an example. Some students who may have autism or PTSD or bipolar disorder or schizophrenia or even Down syndrome, they may benefit, or it may be recommended that they have a personal care attendant. So, yes, we include that in their accommodations.
So their personal care attendant is someone that works at GCC, or can it be someone that they're comfortable with? Or?
It is somebody that they're comfortable with. The thing about a personal care attendant is that we don't identify the person. It has to be the student or their guardian that identifies that person. And the only thing we can say is that we can't compensate that person, but it has to be an adult. The PCA must also has our health requirements and not involved with any kind of crime situation, and so that it's an environment to provide whatever emotional support the student may need. And we've also had students that needed personal care attendants because they have they weren't able to move around as well as somebody else. They may have mobility issues. They may have the inability to walk around. They may be in wheelchairs and crutches. They may be too weak from a disability to carry their own books, their bags. So we allow for a personal care attendant as well there.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So, how can this whole process begin with? Like, what do they need to bring in when they go and see you and whatnot?
Well, the main thing they need to do is just come in and to shorten their amount of trips going back and forth, if possible, bring in something and may be able to identify their disability. When I say that, if they're coming straight out of high school, a copy of the IEP, if they're seeing a therapist or doctor, maybe a note that has the diagnosis, and with the doctor's signature or the clinic's stamp and a signature on it. So we know what the diagnosis is. So we have an idea of what would be the most appropriate accommodations to meet that student's needs. And with that, they would also bring in the shot card, because once a student comes here, we walk with them through the system. There's actually so many things they could do with just one visit. We can even get them to go through the registration process, get their health clearance worked on right away to bring the shot card. And then we could also hook them up with the financial aid office to begin the process if they haven't started already to apply for financial aid.
Okay. Well, what if the person or individual does not have any disabilities, but has a communication problem, like with not being able to communicate with English clearly? Are you able to assist in that?
Yes, we can assist them, because what we do is we first of all try to find out what their primary language is, and then look for interpreters on campus to interpret if they're speaking a language other than English. And if they, let's say, need a sign language interpreter for classes, we will hire that person on contract to be the ASL interpreter for classes, for tutoring, or any activities that student may want to participate in.
Okay, and all they have to do is just come on into building 2000. And what was your room number, Mr. Payne? Just so people know.
Well, yeah, my office is 2139, and Kimberly Bautista, who's also my co-worker in this office, is in room 2138.
She's fantastic. I'm sure you two make a great pair. So, I have a question. Like you mentioned that if an individual is already registered and they need the individual, they prefer someone that is close to them to be in the classroom with them. Is this allowed in the classroom?
Yes. Okay. Once we draw up the accommodations, okay, and the college signs it, the student signs it, it is a legal document. Okay. So the instructor is given the accommodations about the student, and the instructor has to honor those accommodations. If the instructor has questions or concerns, they need to let me know. Okay. But just to give you an example of the personal care attendants, we had a veteran who had PTSD, and it was recommended by his psychiatrist for him to have a personal care attendant, provide him the emotional support. So the emotional care support person for him, his PCA, was actually his wife. So the wife didn't provide any answers. The PCAs don't provide answers for the questions in class, but they're there to provide the emotional, mobility support that the student may need. And it worked. That student completed his program, and this past semester we had graduation in May, and 3 of our graduates had personal care attendants in the classes with them.
That is fantastic. And all thanks to your office and the work that you and Ms. Kimberly does, as well as everybody else in the college, because we all kind of chip in together. I just said every single student counts, and no matter what their needs are, so everybody counts there at GCC, and that's our mission, students first. So how do you work with the faculty to ensure that these accommodations are actually implemented appropriately while maintaining these academic standards? Like you said, because his wife sat with him, she didn't answer the questions for him, which was great, but how do you make sure that this doesn't happen with the faculty?
So what happens is the faculty, so when the student gives the faculty the accommodations, there's a receipt form. The faculty that are involved with that student sign that form because it acknowledges that they received the form, and it protects the faculty and it protects the student in the sense that the accommodations begin the second that instructor receives the accommodation forms. And it also protects the student because the student can then say, hey, I gave it to the instructor on this date, so he should be giving me the accommodation starting from that date. And it protects the instructor because it says, hey, you didn't give me the instruction until this date, so whatever happened prior to that date, the accommodations are not retroactive. You only begin the day that you turn it over to the instructor. And the other thing that we do is we require those instructors involved to provide us a monthly report, at least one monthly report. So if an instructor wants us to get a weekly report, that's fine. But at least once a month, we get a written report from the instructor telling us how well the student is doing in class. So the instructor will tell us, student is doing fine, or the student comes late, they're leaving early, they're doing something in class that's not related to the course. So then that tells us that we need to do an intervention. So we call the student in, and we also call the instructor in if need be to address the issue. And sometimes the issue can be the student has a part-time job and they're tired, and maybe the class is too early in the day, and maybe they need to move to a class later in the day, or it may be an issue of medications. Some students take medications to make them very groggy in the morning, so maybe instead of coming to an 8 o'clock in the morning class, it would be better if they came in at 10 or 12 o'clock where the medications have kind of worn off. So we work with the faculty, and also if faculty have issues, they can come to us at any time and say, hey, I'm having an issue with the student. That way we know what's going on and we do an intervention. We don't want to know at the end of the semester or after the midterm that little Johnny has been coming late to class or he's been doing poorly. We need to do a timely intervention for both the student and the faculty. The other thing that we offer the faculty is throughout the year we offer different trainings. And the trainings involve disabilities. They also involve Section 504, the rules and regulations and the rights related to persons with disabilities to go to college. And we also provide trainings related to Title IX in case they notice something that may be an issue for the student, that it concerns the faculty. And also we provide substance abuse prevention trainings that are open So these trainings are actually open to faculty for them to have a wider point of view when they're working with students, because a student may be dealing with issues not academically, but it may be affecting them because of relationships or something else going on in their lives. So we all want to take a look at it as we're a campus community that is out there to help all the students that may be here on campus in what we observe or experience with them.
Absolutely. And what misconceptions do some people often have about students who receive such accommodations? What are the misconceptions?
Well, some of the misconceptions is that this is preferential treatment.
Yeah.
So I wanted to realize it is not preferential treatment. It's about equal access. It's making the things, the programs, the classes, the standards accessible. Now, the students, and just to make everybody know this, is that the students still need to meet the educational, the institutional, and the industry standards of the courses and the programs too. What the accommodations do, or the academic adjustments, is to give them the equal access and the needed support they need to fully participate in the class as best they can. So I'm not going to lie and say receiving accommodations will give them straight A's. No, that would be a lie. What we do is we give them the support they need, but we still need them to come to class, we still need them to participate, and we still need them to pass the course.
Okay.
But we will be giving them the support that they may need.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming on. We got the program specialist from the Office of Accommodation Services, Accommodated Services at the Guam Community College, Mr. John Payne. And as we wrap up, I would like to ask you, what message would you like to share with current and prospective GCC students who may benefit from these services?
Well, the main thing I would like them to do is to come into our office and just sit down with us and give us their time. And I just want to add something. At least 24% across the United States of all students that have disabilities, including GCC, don't come to our office or to the office that works with persons with disabilities. And there's different reasons. One of them is that they believe that, hey, there are doubts. They want to prove that they could succeed without assistance, and that's okay. Or they want to show that they outgrew their disabilities or have worked their own ways of developing coping skills, or so that they don't need assistance. And for some of them, that may work, but for others, it may not. And I don't want to discourage them from exploring what works for them and what doesn't. What I'm saying is, give us a chance to see what we can offer them. So we look at it as a collaboration between the student and us, and to have them benefit from it as best they need to.
Okay. Well, are there some future goals or initiatives that you'd like to see the Office of Accommodated Services pursue at Guam Community College?
Well, we are looking more into how we could get more technology related to digital devices to enhance the learning, to assist the student. But the main thing really is technology still needs the human factor. The human factor, which means the faculty and our office and everyone else on campus, is always there for the student. So assistive technology is one thing, but the human factor to me is more important. And we need human beings to treat each other with respect and understanding and
kindness.
Yes, kindness, respect, and Guam say respect to. And we provide as much information to everybody that works with the students with disability. And see, here's the thing. We don't know the person's history until we meet with them and sit with them. And so why training is important, because it keeps us up to date and it keeps us knowledgeable about what's going on there. So we have trainings coming up throughout the year. I send them out to employees so that they'll be aware of it. Some of the trainings are on island and some are on the online.
Yes, fantastic. We appreciate you at the Guam Community College and your presence and your office's presence. And just to let people know, he kind of knows what he's talking about, because you've been there how long, Mr. Payne?
About 18 years, but just to let you know, I used to work at the old Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse.
Well, there you go.
And I did work with the stat office at GDOE years ago.
So Mr. Payne kind of knows what he's talking about.
Yes, and I try to maintain training all the time.
That's great. That's great. And that's what we love about our employees and our faculty and our staff as well, because at GCC, we're in an institution of learning, so why stop learning when you're working in an institution of learning? You got to keep going, That's what a lot of our employees do over time. So for listeners who would like more information on the Office of Accommodative Services with Mr. John Payne and Miss Kim Bautista, how can they contact your office?
Well, they could call me at 735-5641, extension 5597, and Kimberly's number is same basic number, but her extension number is 5594.
Fantastic. And they also have an email available. It's AccomServe. It doesn't accommodate services, but it's just abbreviated. It's ACCOMMSERV.info@guamcc.edu. There's also a based on the website, on the GCC website, and I'll give you that. It's guamcc.edu/accommodative services. Thank you so much, Mr. Payne. I am so glad that you made some time for us here at GCC Community Talk on Way 105 to talk about accommodative services, which is very important. And a lot of people out there are kind of holding off on getting their higher learning degree going. But you probably have showed and shared some information that has opened doors for many individuals. And we thank you for coming on here this morning.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to say that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Payne. We'll see you back on campus. It is 11:33. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back on the other Saturday.
Powered by Bruce's America's 250th birthday. In 1936, one man said the myth of Nazi superiority. The grandson of a slave competed in the Olympics in Germany then. Ohio State's phenomenal physiology then takes response by a spectacular takeoff in program. Hitler wanted to show the world that the Aryan race was racially superior. But 22-year-old Owens destroyed that lie by winning an unprecedented gold medal. It proved to the world that excellence is not confined to one race or nationality. Returned to the United States, where discrimination was still rampant, but his achievements were an important stepping stone on the road to civil rights for all.
Why do we support them to try to change the region? At St. Joe, we do because every innovation we make is a moment we give to children with cancer, help St. Jude give children with cancer more moments that can last a lifetime. Learn more at StJude.org.
House of Arts and Open Spaces. The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 year from $29,995 or $198 per paycheck for qualified buyers. Triple J Mazda.
This fall is a level up with 20% off Nano Surround
momentarily, and tickets available. Celebrate Father's Day with Power Magic and Rave 105 as we honor our first heroes. To enter in a WhatsApp message or call in and share your funniest or most heartfelt dad story. Winners will be revealed from 2:15 to 2:90, and you can win your dad a special bundle prize. Stay locked in to Power Magic and Rave 105. Brought to you by Grove Plaza Resort, Wildest Cafe, Reef Grill House, Fireworks, Charlie D, Fun Life, and Clean Your Boat.
After a day, this is the Rela Lucino, host of Trina San Agustin. Together with the Filipino community of Guam and Wave 105.1, we proudly celebrate Philippine Independence Month with the theme Kalayaan Kinabukasan Kasaysayan, Freedom, Future, History. From Guam to the Philippines, we honor our shared history, celebrate our freedom, and build our future together. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas at Guam!
When a warrior faces adversity, he fights through it and becomes a warrior. Freedom is free. Free strong. Free. We declare and we live.
Wheelchair for Warriors provides mobility solutions to veterans and first responders injured in the line of duty. Join the mission and visit wheelchairforwarriors.org.
The road to adulthood continues. It's time we sit down with Republican candidates. Next speaker, Trina San and EJ Paula. Catch a full conversation that took place on May 5th on the Wave 105's YouTube channel. Stay informed and hear their vision for Guam's future. Wave 105 is a glimpse of our neighborhood.
Powered by Glimpses Words. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the show hosts, guests, and callers, and do not necessarily reflect the views of the staff or management of Wave 105.1 FM, Glimpses Media, or our partners. We strive to provide quality, respectful, and engaging content, and we welcome you to participate in the conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Wave 105.1 FM. Enjoy the show.
Morning, It is 11:38, closing in on lunch hour right now here on 105.1 FM Wave. And I'm Trina San Agustin, Communications and Promotions at the Guam Community College. We got several things going on campus. Even though it's summer, we still have some stuff going on. We got a free fundraising foundations class. Let's start with this. I just spoke with the individual that is going to be flying out to host this class or teach this class, and he says there are a couple seats left. It's the free foundations class. It's to help organize, nonprofit organizations when they're fundraising, to help your organization grow more hope than habit. It's a 20-hour course for nonprofit staff, board members, and volunteers, and is designed to turn your mission into a strategic roadmap for financial growth and long-term donor loyalty. I say that very slowly and clearly as Ulysses is the Victim Advocates Reaching Out fundraising chairperson. That is a subtle hint.
What did he say before?
It says with your organization's growth, more hope than habit.
More hope than habit.
Look at that. Yeah. I think he's our fundraising chairperson.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to take some.
But it's on June 29th through July 1st.
Okay.
It's from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Again, it is absolutely free. It's going to be at the GCC Multipurpose Auditorium. And if you want more information on this, or you just want to secure your spot, really write this down. Learning Forward Life at GuamCC.edu. Number 4. Learning Forward Life at GuamCC.edu. Or you can go ahead and give our continuing education department a phone call. Go old school at 671-735-5640, extension 5579 or 5412. You're going to ask for Miss Coco. Miss Coco is so fun. I love Miss Coco. She's basically good snacks. The snacks that a diabetic should not have. So this is a learning opportunity that is proudly funded by the Department of Interior's Office of Insular Affairs. And again, They have a couple of spots left that your nonprofit staff, board members, or volunteers can go ahead and participate in for absolutely free, no cost to your organization. It's going to run from July and June at the same time, okay? It's a hybrid month. It's going to run from June 29th to July 1st, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. And it's located at the GCC Multipurpose Auditorium, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30, all those days, June 29th to July 1st. So that is the free fundraising foundations class. That is what we're offering up. And also, we have something for our teens, our students that, mom and dad or grandparents or guardians are like, you know what, you need to get off the couch, okay? So send them to the GCC 2026 Summer Bridge Program. It's happening June 22nd to June 26th. It's for about a week, right? From 1 to 5 at the Guam Community College, Reach for College office. If you have a high school senior or a recent high school graduate and you want to help them get a head start in life, this free program is available for them, and it is, again, called the Summer Bridge 2026 program. If you're under 18, you need to ask for your parents' or guardian's permission to join. If you're older, just go ahead, come on in and register. Go to guamcc.edu/summerbridge2026 or give them a call at 735-5641, extension 1121 or 1122, or email reachforcollege@guamcc.edu. Reach for College, and that's the word for, F-O-R, not the number 4. So reach for College at guamcc.edu. Again, this is the Summer Bridge program. It's free for high school seniors and and high school graduates as well. It helps them, prepare for college, or even helps them to resume building. Yeah, so it's going to provide them with all the skills that they're going to need going into adult life.
If they didn't make it to the
and if you didn't know adult life stuff.
If they didn't get into the government, how they just started the government.
Oh, yeah.
Working there, in that.
So that's the Summer Bridge 2026 program in the GCC's Reach for College office. And you can find all the events and happenings going on at GCC at guamcc.edu/events/list. That's one of Udi's favorite websites. So another thing that is happening is the Guam Community College's annual Christmas Bazaar. Oh. Yes, Christmas in July. Fantastic. So it's going to be on July the 11th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the GCC Multipurpose Auditorium. That's building 300. And get this, all the vendor fees, right, will go towards supporting our student scholarship.
Oh, okay.
So the scholarship that this is the grantors, I guess, of the scholarship said if you have a fundraiser, we'll take what you make and we'll double it and donate back to you. Yes! So the more vendors that come in, the happier our students will be in receiving scholarship.
It's going to be a vendor then.
Yeah, it would be a vendor. Yeah. So payment information, they're actually doing a call out right now. You can go ahead and give Ms. Therese a call, Ms. Sanchez, at 735-5641, extension 5573. So tabletop vendors are going to be a $55 fee. What it is that we at GCC had to increase the fee. It's normally $35. Right? We're the lowest price pop-up vendor location or event that happens on the summer. So it's normally $35. It still is $35. I just want to let everybody know that it's $35 for tabletop vendors plus the $20 Guam Power Department fee. So that is why it's $50. Because we got to take that $20 and give it to the Guam Power Department. Yeah. So it includes a 1 6-foot table plus 2 chairs. You can get an extra table for $10. So just know that everything that from the fee to the extra tables, that is all going to the scholarship, and the more we get in the scholarship, the more money we'll get back from the grant consultant scholarship. Also, we're accepting applications for food truck vendors. It's $70. Again, it's normally $50. It still is $50, but if you add that $20, it's going to be $70 for our food truck vendors. And that is for, again, what day did I say? July 11th. This is coming up quick. It is. So prepare your. When is that? Oh man, it's still in June. Okay. July 11th, yes. Payments are accepted. We opened payments this Monday, this past Monday on the 15th.
For 3 weeks.
Yeah. So, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Why is this year going so fast? So, anywho, we opened payments from vendors who come in starting on Monday, June 15th, and it'll go on until July 3rd at 4 p.m. So you have until July 3rd, 4 p.m. to come in and make your payments to secure your spot. There is a hyperlink to a Google form that you will need to fill out and upload your business license and your logo and such and whatnot. And you need to get that and fill that out. Payments accepted, cash, checks. If you're still paying by check, it may be payable to Guam Community College, or you can use credit or debit. You can make the payment at our cashier in room 2119. This is at building 2000, all the way in the back, the administration building. So here's how it's going to work. You're going to complete the vendor agreement, which we will attach to an email when you send us an email. You can bring your business license if you haven't already submitted it via the link or the email. Then you're going to go to the cashier, make your payments, right? And then when you're done, you come up to Mr. Reese's office at room 2206 on the second floor of the same building, the admin building, building 2000, and you're going to choose your spot. So once you make a payment, you can choose your spot. You can be either closest to the door, furthest from the door, or right in the middle. You know, it's first come, first serve, and that's why it's always best to get that online form in, secure your spot, and then come in, pay for it, and then make an actual sign, still deliver, confirm when you pay and select your spot. So this is open to all vendors with a business license. Again, it's going to be $55 per tabletop vendor and $70 per food truck vendor. And this event will be held at the Guam Community College Christmas Bazaar on July 11th. That's a Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the GCC Multi-Purpose Auditorium, building 300. And also, we invite the public to this because the more people that will come by, the better for our vendors to earn back their vendor fee, right? And make more money for them. And then we have raffles. Who doesn't love raffles? Oh my God, I love raffles. So the raffle money that we collect there will also go to the scholarship. So everything that we make that day will go towards the scholarship. So the prices that would be vended out is donated from the vendors that will be there. Okay. So it's great. And it's going to be fun. It's happened this is a second Christmas in July. Yeah, so we're taking everybody from like maybe Tupperware, calling all my guests. We have a Scentsy vendor, so it's for brands like that, right? Yeah, it's just limited to one vendor per brand. Yeah, so we already have a Scentsy brand vendor, and then we're still looking for the Tupperware vendor. I don't know if anybody still does Avon. Oh yeah. That kind of thing, or even Pampers stuff. Anyways, so check it out. We've got some great stuff going on at the GCC campus. As well, we have open registration, and Miss Tati was in here, and so was Miss Gemma to discuss a couple weeks ago, actually. They were in here to discuss the enrollment process and the financial aid process. And they are still available for you. They're just off the campus, and you can go ahead and go in and see them at any time, 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, except holidays. And check them out in building 2000. That's the building all the way in the back. We're all the way in the back. Also, that started this week was Monday, yesterday morning, was the CPE summer program. Oh, okay. Remember that one that you were in here talking about? Dr. Rachel Davis. Okay. She was talking about the CPE program, how they had automotive body, culinary, all these kids look so excited. Oh. I mean, they're still kind of tired because it's summer here at 7:45. Oh, yeah. They have that face. But at the same time, they were excited when their instructors of what they had chosen, when their instructors went up there and kind of gave a little spiel as to what they'll be learning that day and whatnot. And the thing that caught my attention was culinary. They're gonna learn, of course, first and foremost, you gotta learn food safety, right?
Of course.
You can't raise the raw chicken for 3 days.
Yeah.
Let's have sit down with it, and everybody's going to the hospital. You know, it can't have that. So that kind of teaches them how to handle food properly. And then there's also food safety with dealing with equipment and tools, with knives and blenders. Don't stick your hand in blender. Use your knuckles when you cut, you know, even, right? Did you make that? I didn't make that.
Use your knuckles?
Use your knuckles when you're holding the meat.
I think
you're holding the meat, you gotta cut it right here.
Yeah.
So do that. You know, go to the boundary person, man. So.
Did they get any, like, work keys or anything like that?
I'm not too sure about this time, but they should be getting work keys. I can find out next week, and I'll let you know.
Because that's something you get, that's like showing, like, your employable, or that's what that work keys is for?
So it makes them take the test on a work keys.
Right.
Yeah, and then like I said, I can talk to Dr. Davis and find out if that is able. Actually, I might be able to.
Yeah, just something that they might get on it.
Yeah, because work keys is very, very valuable. I mean, I haven't taken it. I'm scared to. I'm scared to take it because of the math portion. I don't math. I'm a writer and a communicator.
Right.
My whole life, I don't math. My English. You know what I mean? So don't give me math.
Right.
You know, I was telling my other half, I was telling you, I'm not embarrassed. The only thing I'm embarrassed about is hiding from you on my phone is my calculator. Just look at the last input. Right. Like 14 plus 12. Like what? What? That's what I'm embarrassed about. My calculator.
But yeah, no, I mean, that's something that would be valuable for them.
Yeah.
I think after, I don't know, this thing. That's what it says, right? Work keys is like saying that shoulder them for about, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's my
Did you have
yeah, I think I'm on the gold.
See, now you're showing off.
No, but isn't there a higher one than the gold?
Platinum, I think.
Yeah,
Let me
I'm not the highest.
Work keys level. Let's see this. See, because I haven't taken it. And I'm hoping my boss doesn't find out that I didn't take it. Okay, so there's a bronze, right? That's the minimum level. It's the level 3 in all 3 areas, right? And when I say area, it's applied math, graphic literacy, and workplace documents, okay? It verifies foundational skills for jobs, right? So that's bronze, minimum level 3. Silver, minimum level 4 in all 3 areas. And you said you're gold?
I'm gold.
Yeah, so you're just seriously showing that.
No, there's one more higher than me, right?
So gold, minimum level 5. And then there's platinum with the minimum level of 6 in all 3 areas. Whatever. You're like 90% qualified as profile jobs. Yeah, whatever. Maybe you should tutor me before I take my class. At least a month. Don't give me fractions. I like that. I don't know. Dude, for the greater than, less than, I still take it back into like 4 colors. They called it alligators.
Oh,
you're right.
Wow,
okay, I still remember that. Thank you to the math teacher who
what's the other one? Remember there's like the math.
No.
Like, okay, it's math, but then there's like the steps you have to do.
Oh, no.
Attendance.
No.
That's how I remember that.
No. Not even, dude. I think I seriously like took economics.
Oh.
Okay. Economics math. I think it was math that would help consumer mathematics. No, I took that just so I could graduate.
No, I hate curve. Because you do the curve, like, we learn that thing, like, learning, and you just, like, you do a curve, like, I don't know what you do a curve.
Just do a curve.
Yeah, you do the curve. I don't know, sir.
You're like, okay.
Yeah.
So that's a work keys program, and it's available, too, you know, for employers.
Oh, so.
Yeah, so if Glimpses of Guam wants to see where their employees can be placed accordingly, based on their competency levels, the work keys, they can go ahead and come in and ask the Office of Continuing Education and Workforce Development to have them come in and take these work keys. It's sponsored by us and everything. So it's a fun thing. I just hope my boss never tries to find out that I haven't taken it yet, because I believe it's a requirement. Ooh, things not to say out loud. right? Well, it's 11:56, Ulysses. It's June 16th, Tuesday. I won't be in here next month because the third Tuesday of July is our Liberation Day.
Oh, yeah, Liberation.
Yeah, so, that is a holiday that a lot of us love to enjoy, sitting on Marine Drive all day in the rain and the sun, and the rain and the sun, and just watching the place go by. So it's a great day. I'm not too sure. I think if we were to have one, we would have heard about it by now. So we haven't heard anything from Ulysses. Let me tell you and everybody something. 2027, the year 2027, is going to be an amazing year for the Guam Community College. Yes, it is our milestone 50th anniversary of the Guam Community College. Yeah, we are. A lot of it is just food, too. Because we like food. So, that is happening in the year 2027. Can you imagine imagine graduating the class of 2027? That'll be great. What's the day? The day is sometime in November. So, starting in January through November, we're going to have stuff, and we're going to be excited to present that to the public and the community, and have them come in and see what we've been doing and who we've been succeeding, like who's doing what now, our former students and our alumni. We're so proud of them. And if you want to showcase yourself and what you've done and what you've learned from GCC, we are proud to take that. Just give us a call, We'll take your story and we'll go with it for the 50th anniversary. So, do you have anything else you want to say, sir?
No, I'm good.
You're good? You're just hungry. You're hungry. You almost came. Well, good news. On the way in, it was cloudy and sprinkly.
Okay.
My grass is happy. It's like, oh, thank goodness, it's raining. So let's hope for just a little bit of rain, not too much, just a little bit of rain to water the grass. All right, it's 11:58. I'm going to head out of here. I'm going to go to Subway. Take care.